Hi guys, I'm making a tutorial for you just to show you how I mix my mediums and how I mix my paints ready for my pours. So what I do, I get my squeezy bottle, which you can get off Amazon or eBay, quite cheap. So I either use Elmers Glue, Floetrol or Liquitex pouring medium. I don't use this that often because it's very expensive. It does give a beautiful shiny pour though. So most of the time I just use the Elmers Glue and the Floetrol mixed together in this squeezy bottle. So this is how I pour it. So I just keep pouring in the Elmers Glue until I'm kind of halfway in the bowl. So I just keep pouring it till I'm halfway filled. Then I grab my Floetrol. Shake the bottle, because you don't want a dusty residue. And I just pour some of this just to even it up, just not too much, just so it's a little bit over the halfway mark. And I take my water and I mix all the way to the top. And that's how I prepare my medium. I just shake it so it's all mixed together. Okay. Right, so then how I mix my paints. I like this paint by Sennilier. I also like to use System 3 by Rowney. I just like the finish it gives. I find cheaper paints can just leave marks all over it and it just doesn't stick to the canvas, so I just like this. It's cheap enough. I mean, this stuff is quite expensive, but this stuff's not too bad and I like it, so I keep using it. So I just put some paint in like that, as much as I want. I take my Phthalo Blue, exactly the same. And then my purple. Okay. So now what I want to do is pour my medium into the cup in equal amounts. So however much paint I've got in there, that's how much medium I want. So that's about right. Right there and that. You like that? Lollipop sticks, wooden lollipop sticks you can get from Amazon or eBay. And then I mix. So what I want to do, I want to achieve a kind of thin consistency. I always describe it like thin honey. So if you know what honey's like, you can kind of get an idea in your head. So you just mix and you check. See, it's still too thick, so I need to add some more water. So I have another squeezy bottle filled with water, because you need to add it in small amounts, because if you add too much it will become too thin and you won't be able to pour with it. So just small amounts, mix, test. Not there yet, keep mixing. nearly. So you know when you're there, because when you pull up your spatula, it should drizzle off like thin honey. So nearly there. And just keep adding water until you're happy. Keep mixing. Add some more water. That looks nearly there. Still a little bit too thick, just a tiny bit more. There we go. So that's the consistency that I like to use. I find that if you're doing a swipe, really thin, not really thin, but thin your paint a little bit more. I find that makes it a lot easier. So then I just repeat the process with my other paints. Just keep stirring. See how thick that is? So I add some water. Making sure as well, I'm trying to get out all the lumps. It is a better idea if you prepare your paints, say for example overnight, leave them, put something over the top like some foil or cling film, and then that always works better because then you get rid of the air bubbles as well. Still needs a little bit more. There we go. And that's a consistency that I am always happy with. So last one. Add some water. Still too thick, so add some more water. This is the most boring bit, but once you've got it to how you want it, then it all goes quite quickly. Still feel that it's a little bit too thick, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. And there we go. And there you go, that's it. I feel really happy with that, and my consistency. So then what I do, take my paints and I use something called treadmill oil, so silicone oil for treadmills. You know, I got that off Amazon. So what I use a little cocktail cup with a little squidgy. So I've already got some in there. I just take it up in my squidgy. I just put as many drops as I feel necessary, so 3, 4, 5. I normally do about 5 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. What I found from experimenting is if you mix a lot, when you've put the silicone oil in, you get smaller cells. If you don't mix it, you get bigger cells. It's just what I found from practicing. So yeah, that's it, and then you're ready to pour. So that's how I mix my paints. I hope that's helped. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I'm only a little channel, so all the likes and subscribes. Really means a lot to me. Thank you.